Hello and welcome to Saturday the 11th of April. Oh, I was going to come and sit in here to talk to you. I'll perch here. There's Lego all over the floor. Dan's still building Hogwarts. Lily and Phoebe are in the garden. They've built the fourth or third time. Phoebe's a bit tired today. She got up a bit earlier than I expected her to, but she's done some sorting out in her bedroom, which is really good. I really caught the sun and I was only standing outside at the front of the house. My friend, who's the nurse that I've mentioned before, stopped and on the other side of the road, and I stood in our driveway and we talked to each other across the road. And I was out there for 5 minutes and it's that hot that I've caught the sun already. That is ridiculous. Where was I? Yes, so it's Saturday or the bank holiday weekend. My goal today is just to get downstairs nice and tidy and hoovered and ready so that on Easter Sunday we can just chill out and relax. We're not going to have a roast dinner or anything. We're going to have barbecued sausages and hot dog buns and salad and potatoes and things like that. So we're all very excited. We've got some lovely vegetarian sausages for Phoebe. Although we're all quite curious to try them. I'm going to go and do some scanning now of some old photos, which I shall show you in a minute. Got a couple of bits to just share with you. And then I'm going to answer some questions that I have been asked. Not many, just a couple of questions about camp blankets and adoption certificates. So stay tuned for that. I wanted to show you a couple of the things I'm doing today. Where we were cleaning out the cupboard, we had some of the old Shrinkies sets. There was a few little bits left and the kids did those yesterday, but the Shrinky sets always came with these little accessories for making key rings and badges. So I'm wondering if I should keep those and use them for little mini crochet accessories or knitted accessories. So I might have a little look on Ravelry later to see if such things exist, little key rings or brooches or something. But I think these are little notions that I could keep rather than throw into landfill. And then something else I'm doing today is I'm going to be doing some scanning. Now, I've been promising my mum that I will do this for about 6 months. So I figured what better time to do it than in lockdown when we've got nowhere to go or nowhere to be. So these are all old photos from my mum and her sister's shared childhood. That's my mum on the right there, the taller one, and my Auntie Lilius is on the left. They look about maybe 9 and 10 there. And I've got loads of these old photos from throughout their childhood. I've got some brilliant ones from the 60s. Where are they? There we go. That's my mum on the right with the plain bow, and my auntie's the one on the right with the checkered bow. I think I really look like my mum, but she doesn't think so. Maybe she's in denial. This is a great one from the 60s. Look at that. Look at that hair. Wow, big hair. That's my mum and my Auntie Lilius. My mum's on the near side there. My Auntie Lilius is in the middle, and that's my granny. That is my granny. That would have been in the 1950s. Ooh. And here they are. Not sure what they're outside there, probably a house they were living in. And that is my granddad. So that's my granny and granddad there. Again, that's my Auntie Lilius, looking remarkably like my Phoebe. And then we get into the really old ones. This is my grandfather's family. This is a Victorian picture. I don't know if it says the date it was taken. There's no date, but I like this lady here. She's born to be different. Everyone else is in black and she's gone for white with a huge ruff. But this here, that is my grandfather's mother. So that is my great grandmother, and this here is my great great grandmother and my great great grandfather. What a solemn looking bunch. Someone asked about the certificates they saw. We have a certificate of lobster adoption and a certificate of hen sponsorship. Now the hen was a gift from my sister one year. She sponsored me a hen from the British Hen Welfare Trust for my birthday or Christmas or something like that. Her name was Boadicea. And the lobster is from the Lobster Sanctuary in Padstow in Cornwall. You sponsor a lobster, a baby lobster, and the donation towards it helps them continue with their conservation programme. And the baby lobster is released when it's big enough off the Cornish coast. And then when you go and visit the Lobster Sanctuary in Padstow, which we have a few times, you can put in your name and it will tell you exactly when and where your baby lobsters were released into the wild. So that is the story of the lobster and hen adoption certificates. It's cooled down, so we're going for a late afternoon walk. It is... oh, my watch has run out of battery. What's the time?
3:10.
It's 3:10. So we're going to go for a walk to the heath now that it's cooled down considerably.
I'm in shorts.
You are in shorts and a coat, as are you.
Yeah, I can take off.
They're both in shorts and coats. One of the good things about lockdown and getting out for family walks is these two chit-chattering away, which is something that they didn't have the opportunity to do much given their age gap. It's lovely, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, they're good friends anyway, but
They have their moments, but on the whole, they're lovely girls and
But
they get
they-
on really well.
it's really nice to see them having all this time together. And one of the other good things is, because we're doing the same walk, or variations of, so often, we are seeing like changes in nature every single time. So we just turned onto the main road that leads up to the heath, and the trees that were all brown 3 days ago are now all starting to buzz with green.
Yeah, all the buds are opening.
Another few days they'll probably be properly green, and then things will start blooming, which is something we've never had the time or opportunity to do before. Oh look, is that a crab apple? We found another tree. There's been some controlled burning going on here by the looks of it.
Well, maybe it was an alien attack planet. Maybe this was the cause of the coronavirus.
Okay, controlled burning or alien landing? What do you think? Let's go and see the tree. Oh, beautiful butterfly. Look at that. We have found a new path. We are going to follow it. Are you coming, Lilia?
Yeah? Hello.
In here are the Easter decorations. Are you going to open them up?
Yeah.
out our Easter decorations are limited to a ceramic bunny, a Lego egg with a chick inside, which Dan actually got today, and a Lego bunny, which Dan also got delivered today, whose head wobbles because he spent, these are orders that he placed when he got birthday money before everything kicked off, and they arrived today, which is quite timely because it turns out that our Easter decorations are the ceramic bunny, those two things, and 5 painted glass eggs where I couldn't really think where to put them. A bit of a poor show, really. I think we need to up our game in terms of Easter decorations. Still, they're pretty. I think you can see me. Right, somebody asked in the comments yesterday or the day before about camp blankets, because when we were building the fort in the garden, we were using the girls' blankets. However, they're not really camp blankets. They were a way of keeping all the badges that the girls get from things like swimming, gymnastics, and then when Phoebe was in Rainbows, they didn't really have anywhere to sew their badges, so a blanket seemed like a good option. And then there were badges, in Brownies they sew them onto their sash, but in Guides and Rangers they sew them onto their jackets. Well, they can, but you know, they keep growing and I would have had to keep moving them, so I figured a blanket was a better option. So it's a mixture, it's a badge blanket basically. So I just bought Cheap and Cheerful fleece blankets from Asda George. This is Lilia's one. So she's got, I think these are all her swimming badges here. Not all of them, but oh no, maybe they are all of them. All of them that I could find over the years. Let me just check this is in shot. I think so. So those are all her swimming ones. And then over here you've got guiding ones, which are for events and things. That's my tea, hang on. I've got herbal tea. I've got a David's tea for Evernuts, which I used to really like, but recently it's begun to taste a bit like sugar water to me. I think maybe I've been drinking other teas made entirely from dried fruit, and maybe my taste has just changed. But the smell, oh my goodness. The smell alone, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas in a mug. Yeah, so where was I? Also, when I was cleaning the oven earlier, I think I might have inadvertently changed the tone of the timer because it's never made that noise before. Wouldn't have known how to do that if I'd tried. Yeah, so anyway, events, and then I think these must have been badges that she got after she'd finished Brownies, so there was no point sewing them onto her sash. I put them on there. These are her pack, her group, what do you call it? They're in 6s in Brownies. And she was in Badgers, and then she moved to Squirrels when she became a 6er. And then down here she's got gymnastics ones, which she gets for trampolining. And then I've got a whole bunch in here. I've got them all. Phoebe Brownies, that's for her sash, and Phoebe blanket. I'll show you Phoebe's in a minute. And then these are all of the badges I've still got to sew on Lilia's. There are loads, so it's quite bad really. I've got quite behind. So this is one of those jobs that'll be a pretty good thing to do whilst we're on lockdown. I might do that in the week. I know I'm back at work from Tuesday, but I'm only going to be doing 3 hours a day. Yeah, I've got some more swimming ones that I'd found, and I've got a ton of guiding and Rangers ones, so I need to sew those to Lilia's blanket. And then Phoebe's is much the same, except obviously with Phoebe, I have access to more of her younger things. I'm sure I will find Lilia's ones in her memories box. I keep a memories box for each of the girls. And I've sorted through Phoebe's recently, but I need to sort through Lilia's next, which obviously is a bit of a bigger task because she's 4.5 years older. So there's 4.5 years more stuff in there. So this is Phoebe's one. She has got her Rainbows badges that she got when she was in the Rainbows. Then she's got some of her swimming badges over here. This is when she used to do I hope you can see all this and I'm not just pointing off the screen. I probably am. This is when she used to do baby ballet. That is her one and only badge for gymnastics trampolining because they stopped doing them. But she does have some actual gymnastics ones somewhere as well. And then, like I say, I've got 2 full things here for Phoebe. So these are all of Phoebe's ones that I need to sew on. Oh, here we go. She's got swimming, another rainbows one, and then she's got 1, 2 more British gymnastics, no, 3 more trampolining ones here. So I need to get on and sew those on. So that is the story of the camp blankets. Not a lot to tell really, but they're really nice memories for them as they grow up, and they'll always be able to use them even when they're old and grey like me, because I really do need to dye my hair. And I never did this, or we never did this when we were kids, so although I've got some badges floating around, I'm not sure if they're mine or my sister's, and I wish that we had kept all those badges and sewn them onto a blanket. It would have been really lovely to have them. So they'll have this with them as they go through life, which is a really nice thing. Maybe they'll be used to build forts by my grandchildren.